Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Uh-oh, I am out of costume, guys. Welcome into a summer of friends. And I will introduce my special guest in just uno momento. Hello everyone coming into the chat. 1 second. So, hello everyone coming in.
Whoops. There you go.
I'm back. All right. Now, welcome in everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am all set to go. Welcome to my tropical summer island, and it's Christmas here too. Um, it's halfway to Christmas. I'm doing that on the channel. I'll talk about that later towards the end of the stream. Welcome in everyone. Um, a Summer of Friends continues tonight. I had another stream about an hour ago. I chatted with Cherie, Surfer Girl, and that was a great stream. That was rescheduled from last week because my body is crazy, and so I had to reschedule. So tonight is regularly scheduled, and I'm so glad it all worked out. So my special guests tonight are Heather and Emmy. You know them as the AdventureLeighs. So welcome in, ladies.
Oh,
Hello, thank you.
We're
We're happy to
so
be here.
happy to be
Yeah.
with you.
So I met you ladies. I had connected with you. Well, I found you on YouTube. I followed you on Instagram as well, and then we got to meet. Always briefer meetings than you would like, but we met at the Magical Night of Hope,
Yes, we did. Yeah.
and then there was another brief hello the next day on the boardwalk.
Mhm.
Um, and so I knew I wanted to chat, bring you ladies on to talk during this series to get you know you better, spend some more time with you, and so we'll get to that in a minute. Let me say hello to everyone in that chat, and I do apologize, guys. My eyes are still crazy, which was the thing. So I may pop out while they're answering a question to uh, dab my eyes if I need to. So if you see my camera go dark, I'm not leaving. I'm just not letting you see my background operation. So Dave Stragan was in. Hello, Dave. Welcome in. Will the Thriller. Welcome in, Will. Great to have you. This guy, Dean the Turkey Legster, got in again
Hey, Dean.
somehow. The Adventure Lees are in the chat and on the screen.
We know them too.
Amanda P., welcome in. Welcome in, Amanda. Surfer Girl, speaking of Cherie, welcome in, Cherie. Great to see you in the chat.
Oh, Robinson. Oh.
Not Tina, different Tina. Tina McNeil. Hello, Tina. Welcome in, and hello to Chuck. I know you're watching too, Mr. Chuck. Captain Mickey Mouse. Hello, welcome in. Brian Eisenhart, welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Let's keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. What do? We scroll. We want to scroll. I Heart Disney, welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. Oh, Brian, I will be in prayer for that. I will be in prayer for that definitely. Um, Timothy Rainwaters, welcome in. Welcome in. Tina, you can't hide him. You can't hide him. You can't get him out of this channel. I've tried. Trust me, I've tried. Uh, Chuck says hi, Dean and Cherie, and I have Heather and Emmy on. So hello. And so yeah, so we are all caught up. If you are on the replay, let me know in the comments below because that's the only way I'm going to know you were here. And so everyone bop that like button. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, it's free. So so yeah, Heather and Emmy, you can share as much as you want, but how are you doing today?
We're doing okay today. It is summer.
Okay,
It became summer, so it's warming up.
wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're ups and downs with our
Yeah.
health, but we are plugging right along
Mhm.
and missing everybody
Yeah.
down in Florida, and just kind of hoping we can get back there soon.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were chatting, right before we went live, and I'm down here. But I don't get to Disney as much as I would like. I'm fortunate. I do have a pass, but I don't get there as much. But thank goodness for YouTube and being able to connect with all the people that stream. That's one reason I've enjoyed I doing park streams when I can, when I get down there, and just the connection when you can't be there, whether you're local
Yes.
or out of the area, is just phenomenal, and it's amazing the technology or that the technology exists, and it's literally walking around with a phone, on a gimbal, in this day and age to be able to show these
Yes.
places that you love so much, be it Disney or um, anywhere else, or sharing another theme park or
Mhm.
a state park or the beach or wherever, just wherever, as long as you have signal.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
what, welcome in. Let me say hello really quick. I am Lyle. Welcome in. Um, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. And then Chris, the Curtis family, welcome in. Let me just double check really, really quickly. So, speaking of Disney, now you ladies, you don't need to share where you are now, but you were in Florida for a season,
Yes.
um, about a year maybe.
A little
Year
over
and
a
a
year.
half,
A little over a
basically.
year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so but you loved Disney before that, which is why you came. So
Yes.
I just have some questions about what you love at Disney.
Mhm.
So the first question is, or would be for both of you, what is your favorite park of the Walt Disney World parks?
That's easy.
You want to go first?
Don't we have the same answer?
I don't know. Do we?
That answer changed when we lived there. Every time we visit, but I think mine will always revert back to Hollywood Studios because it just gives me so many. So I grew up with the Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights, and I my husband and I shared the love of Disney with Emmy when she was little, and we took her when she turned 2 for her birthday. We didn't go back for 20 years. Unfortunately, we couldn't go. And every single time we went, I loved it more and more. But Hollywood Studios, there was something I love the old movies. I love Marvel. I love the music. I love the entertainment. I love it.
You forgot
Everything.
Star Wars.
Well, I love that's
Yeah.
kind of a given. Although Galaxy's
Yeah.
Edge isn't quite Star Wars enough for me, but
It's there. It's there.
I
You get
just
to meet
love it.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I think, well, we're originally from Missouri, and that's where we ended up coming back to. So I have always kind of had that connection to Walt because he, was here. He grew up here for a long time, started out in Kansas City. I lived in Kansas City for a long time. So there was just kind of that connection there. And I loved his just visionary way of thinking of things and his entrepreneurial spirit to just kind of go and do, and even through hardships and things that came at him in life that you just wouldn't expect, and it's hard to know how to navigate. And I just really connected with that, and I always found that very inspirational. So I've always connected with that history of the parks, and I love that part of it.
So you don't have a favorite park, you just love all of it.
Well, I do. I mean, yeah, it changes. It changes. Yeah.
So
I love
right now, which one are you?
Right now, I lean a lot towards Animal Kingdom. I know they don't have turkey legs. It's a sad thing.
They don't there, or at Hollywood Studios,
Well, I
but
told him
No,
earlier,
right?
you got to get the corn on the cob there.
Yes.
It's handheld too.
Yes, it is very
It's not
good.
protein, but it's fabulous.
it's yeah. I mean, that's not the same thing. But okay, I'll try it when I'm there. But
Never
that's my problem when I go to Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, because they don't have turkey legs. So I gotta do, and I will get something else if I'm there. I'll be there a few hours, go in the morning, I'll get lunch, then I'll hop to somewhere else, what I call my safe parks, where I can get a turkey leg, and turkey leg will be my second meal, but um, that's all I'll say about that. So they have turkey legs at Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And I just wish Disney World would get on selling more turkey leg locations, turkey leg merch. Disney, if you're listening, wink,
There
wink.
needs to be more of that. I know.
I know.
I
There's a little bit.
I couldn't believe there
years.
wasn't much, but I did. I remember last year we were in Florida. I saw at Target they had these turkey leg slippers, and it immediately made me think of you. I'm like, if they weren't
I
kids'
saw those. I
You
saw
are
those.
theme.
I'm not a slipper person, or I would have got them. I did get. They had like a spoon rest thing,
Oh yeah,
glass spoon rest that I did buy. So that's
nice.
still it's still on the counter.
Yeah, but I thought Disney needs that. They need merchandise like
They
that.
need more turkey leg merch. They do.
It'd be
Disney, fix that.
fun.
Okay.
As I always say, they don't call me.
Right.
They don't.
Don't.
I got a few ideas.
Yeah.
So talk about favorite, and you could go through each park. What's your favorite attraction, ride, show in each of the parks? Each of you.
Oh, you're gonna make me choose. Let's see. Magic Kingdom. I think my favorite attraction there. I love some of the new stuff. Like Tron's really fun, and some of those newer rides I enjoy. But I think my favorite attraction of all time there is Tiki Room, because I love birds and I love the history of how they were the first audio animatronics, and just everything that they designed with, the whole theme and style. I love that. The other parks, let's see. That's kind of an attraction and a show, and all of it together for me. It's not fair
Yeah.
ride. Yeah, ride-wise, I guess that would be probably Tron now, because I do enjoy it so much.
Mine too.
It's a lot
Tron
of
is
fun. Yeah.
awesome.
You want to do like park
Yeah.
and parks to
Well,
remember?
and I really love. I'll
Yeah.
always love Dumbo because
Yeah.
when she was 2 and we took her, she just loved it. She lit up, and
Yeah.
it was just great. And we have a picture of my husband, like Emmy, because in Dumbo you can only
Yeah.
fit 2 people. And so it was me and Emmy, and so my husband rode in the
Yeah.
Dumbo behind us, and so I have a picture where I turned around, he's leaned out
Mhm.
smiling, and I just
adore
shared that
actually,
picture.
just a few days
Oh, I
ago.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And so it's just memory. Most things are memory based for me, like what makes me feel something in life.
Yeah.
Tron makes me feel excitement, and Dumbo makes me feel love and
Yeah,
and sentimental.
that's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Epcot, I'm torn on that one again between nostalgia and the new fun, because I didn't think I'd like Guardians at all. The first time I rode it, I was so scared to get on it, but I do really enjoy it. It's like the top,
I love how we call it Guardians.
I know, Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Will's saying that. I'm like,
Yes.
we don't.
Right. Yeah, it is my top level of roller coaster for me. Like that's as high as I go with roller coasters. But it's so much fun. I really enjoy it because I love Marvel, and it's like the only Marvel thing in Disney World because of that whole thing. But so I really love that. But I also really love the nostalgic ones. Like, um, I know like the Figment ride has gone through many iterations, but I love the Figment, the classic parts of that, and then Living with the Land is just such
You
an
don't really have a
underrated
favorite.
attraction.
Actually,
I love them all.
it's really
That's
hard
the,
for us to have
yeah.
a favorite, but
You love Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I love Ratatouille because I love bread and I love the smell of bread.
It does smell like bread.
And I think
Makes
it's
me
just
hungry.
so cool. It's just
Mhm.
like I don't like mice, but I like bread. And so I'm going through this with the music.
You don't
and
like mice. Mickey Mouse.
well,
is
I mean,
the-
like real mice, like
Yeah, I
you know,
gotcha.
mice with little, you know, things and little, you know, that thing. But that ride is incredible to me. I'm more into the immersive rides. Like I want to
Mhm.
feel like I'm in the movie. I'm big on IP, and
Yeah.
I don't know why Disney doesn't like I don't know. They don't wake up to the fact that we want IP. We want
Right.
stuff from the movie. We want to feel like we're kids
Mhm.
again, and that
Yeah,
ride does. And I
that does.
never thought that ride would do that for me.
Yeah,
Love that ride.
I love that one too. Yeah.
Yep, that's fun.
Hollywood Studios. Ooh,
Oh,
so
you don't
many
even
good
question it.
ones.
No, no,
Well,
no,
I
no.
know yours. Well, actually, you have two, so that's a hard one.
But I
Um,
it's still Slinky.
Yeah, Slinky
Slinky's
is
just great.
Slinky's so much fun. I do love Slinky.
Love Slinky dog.
Yeah, I think that's probably the top.
Mm-hmm.
Rise is cool too.
It
but
is.
Rise
It
of
is. But
Resistance, but Slinky is the top
oh
one.
gosh, I'm like
I know.
this. I can't decide.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you can have two. That's fine. That's
yeah.
Okay,
fine.
And also, we love the Frozen show there because it's so funny.
it's great.
I know Frozen's everywhere, but
But
I
it's
just love. I
great.
love the
The
kind of
humor.
improv. I came from musical theater and stage performance and entertainment for over 20 years, so I just love that.
Will said Emmy
element.
loves Tower of Terror.
As much as I love candy corn, Will.
The big bad hero.
No.
I'm not riding it
Yeah.
either. We rode
Yeah.
it one time ever.
You know what? The thing is it is a lot of fun. They did an excellent job on it. I just don't like the feeling of dropping, so that's why I don't. But yeah, my nephew got me on it once. He begged to go on it. I
Yeah,
said, okay, I'll go
my
on with you."
lounge fly went up in the
Yeah.
air and I had to catch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
yeah. So there was a lot of done there for me, but yeah. And then Animal Kingdom, I think Flight of Passage is still the top for me. I still love that.
Listen, I cry on Flight of Passage. I know lots of people like they don't get that. They don't connect to that. I mean, like a lot of us cry at the you know, happily ever after and
Yeah.
the things that make us, but like there's something about Flight of Passage at the end when the music is so like ethereal.
Mhm.
I feel like it's angels singing or something. Like there's some sort of it's almost it just sounds weird because it's nothing like heaven's gonna be, but there's a feeling of like something otherworldly, and I think of heaven because that's my faith and that's where I go immediately.
Mhm.
And there's something about
It's
that ride that
beautiful.
does that. It is
Yeah.
a beautiful ride.
They really captured the beauty of nature.
Yes,
in
they
that.
did.
And that whole land. I love Pandora. I'm not even an Avatar fan. Like
No.
I've seen the movie. It's
Mhm.
it's not one of my favorites or anything, but it's just such a beautiful place, especially at night.
Yeah.
I love it when it lights up.
Yeah.
And I love that bird show back in Asia. I have so much fun. I just love birds.
bird that
and the
almost
wind
landed on me.
encounters and- yeah. Oh yeah. One of our last trips to Disney World before we moved back to Missouri was we saw the bird show again for the first time in a long time. And what was that flew over your head? That was like
A jet.
It had like a 12-foot wingspan.
Yeah, it was a jet.
And it literally just like grazed over our heads, and we were like,
It was like right here. I think I was stunned.
I'm
like
pretty sure it was a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It was really
It was big.
It was big, but it was fun.
Yeah, I haven't been in that bird show in a while. Um, I have seen the one like in front of the tree where they all
Yeah.
fly out and then they have the so I have gotten almost hit by the birds and that experience. Yeah, I think I probably talked about all my favorites, but I lean towards more like the shows and the I have one of my health things is some neuropathy, so I kind of struggle with the balance, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't really get on a lot of rides. I more do the shows. I like to walk around. I like to take in the ambiance, so I really more like the shows and
Mhm.
um,
That's really us too, and
Yeah.
also not only because of our health condition that we both deal with, but also because we're theater people. I mean, Emmy
Mhm.
was a professional classical ballet dancer, and she did a lot of other dance and comedy on stage and singing. And
Mhm.
we're just like I volunteered and helped. I did a little bit, but like those are the things that like the Disney shows, I wish they had more because
Yeah.
those are also the things that make you feel immersive. Like
Mhm.
it's immersive and you're immersed in the movies and that like it just feels like you just let the cares of the world be gone and you've got this show with the singing and the comedy and all the things they do so well. Like I totally miss the citizens of Hollywood in Hollywood
yeah.
Studios.
Yeah. They were
I
great.
loved it.
Mhm.
I mean, that was the one of the big things I looked forward to every single time, like Betty Shambles and oh
Mhm.
my gosh, it was awesome. And I'm sad that they took a lot of that out. I really am.
Yeah, I really hope they bring it back at some point
Me too.
because it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I had a question in chat I need to answer.
Yeah.
Will asked, Dean, did you make your turkey leg headband? This is off of Amazon. You just literally look up turkey leg headband. You get a few options, like you do with anything on Amazon. This is it's around $10, but this is from Amazon. Again, back to the whole turkey leg merch, Disney. I
Mhm.
want to fix that, but yeah, this is off of Amazon. Um,
Well, Disney food is huge.
Oh
I
yeah.
noticed earlier, Robin, I heart Disney, Robin mentioned the festivals.
Yeah.
That I mean, part of your vacation, anywhere you go, like 50% of a vacation is what you eat. You don't have to cook it. You can just
Mhm.
eat it and you can enjoy it. And Disney does that well. And the festival food, yeah, it's just awesome. So the fact that they have like think people make things and
Yeah.
there's probably some
There was
on
a whole snack
Etsy.
line there last year,
Yeah, there
so
was.
they were
I love
missing the
all that
turkey
stuff.
leg. I don't know
I don't,
why.
they didn't call you.
Mhm.
they did come out with one turkey leg t-shirt, and I
Mhm.
did buy three of them while they were out. I would have bought more, but I was a little low on funds. But they did do that. They did do one turkey leg t-shirt, and they did include the turkey leg on some of the other snack merch, along
Mhm.
with all the Dole
Yeah.
Whip and the
Yeah.
churro and the pretzel and everything else. Um, so I appreciate that they at least did one t-shirt, but they really just kind of dropped the ball on there. So
Um,
anyway, okay, so let's see. I asked you about the attractions. I told Cherie, I mentioned this on Cherie, that I didn't, my questions for these interviews are like my shopping lists for the grocery shopping. I don't write them down. So when I leave the store, I have about half of what I thought I was going for,
Yeah.
and the other half is stuff I didn't need, and I have to go back. So we talked about attractions, the parks. So continuing on with like more like treat type food. What are a couple of your favorites in Walt Disney World?
well, that certainly changed when living there as compared to the
Mhm.
7 or 8
Visiting.
times we had visited.
Yeah. Yeah, because we
Um,
visited pretty much every year since 2016 before we
yeah,
moved there in
and I think that
2023.
that snack thing
Mhm.
changed, but anybody who watched our live streams and our vlogs, which we have a lot more to put on. Emmy works on that all the time, but
I have a
it
backlog.
I have a backlog. Yeah, we have backlog.
Yeah.
But anybody who watched them regularly, which we understand there's a lot to watch, so we're
Mhm.
honored if anybody watches at any point. But anybody who watched regularly would have caught on that I'm pretty big on popcorn
Yeah,
because
your
and I don't
popcorn
just want
bucket's
every
down here in the
popcorn
little
bucket, but
Donald.
yeah, but I had to have certain
Yeah.
popcorn buckets and but
Mhm.
I really think the popcorn is so
That was
good
your
there.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
just like you know how you have those foods that remind you of something, and
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
popcorn at Disney World is just like the thing for me. I don't know. I
Yeah.
always loved it.
Yeah, I was always, it's not really a snack, but I was always trying the new Joffrey's or Starbucks drinks. 'Cause they
Especially
were-
for Disney
for
World.
Disney World because they had
Yeah.
the specialty ones. So anything like a coffee or a tea or whatever, like I always enjoyed trying those. And I just really love coffee flavors, I guess, because I also love the Zebra Domes at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Animal Kingdom Lodge has fantastic food, so that was
They
like
sure
my
do.
go-to place for anything on resort property.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just tried everything.
We did.
Yeah, I have told people that I do eat other things besides turkey legs at Walt Disney World, so I should talk about that on a live stream, but I don't know if I ever, I'd probably know if I did try the zebra domes. I think I may have. Anyway, I'll have to put that on the list. Chris, the Curtis family did ask a question. What do the ladies miss most about Disney?
There's a few things.
Yeah. The people. I
You mean
loved
their friends?
friends and cast members. I
Yeah.
just loved getting to even meet new people. You know, there were so many just random encounters that I think weren't always so random. You know, I think God sometimes puts people in places that need, you know, encouragement, or sometimes it was us that needed encouragement and there was somebody special that came along that we didn't even know. That happened so much for us. It was very healing for us, especially through the grief process with my dad. You know, he battled cancer very short amount of time. It was just a couple of months before he passed, and so it was very special to get to be around so many people that were so loving and caring, and they just came around us, people we didn't even know, and this community became a huge part of our lives. And it was just, that's what I miss the most, is just being around all those people.
We had a cast member friend since Erin. She was on our stream.
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
We met her at Toy Story Land, and she made an amazing magical day for us, and it was incredible. And we got to know her, and so then we would visit her, and we just adore her. And so we knew that a vacation is different. And we were like, so if we move there, because we moved there for our health after my husband passed, we were like, are we going to get to know other people, or it's very, it's a very vacation oriented community.
Mhm.
And we started meeting new cast member friends, and they were so good to us. And I believe that the main thing in life is, a lot of people will have, some bad experiences on vacation or in life. But in order to combat that, I'm just a very open person, and I try to be very positive. And when we're going through the grief that we went through, because we were a very close, tight knit family, when you're going through that kind of grief, it will be different for everyone. But for us, we knew that, and we know today, it has been proven to us that we healed in a more positive way there than we would have had we stayed here for that year and a half. And now that we're back, we missed our church family, we missed our friends, we miss the things that we didn't even know we missed. But while we were there, God brought an amazing amount of people around us to become this family. So the community, meeting people like you and Cherie and Pete, and just the community we really didn't even know was there, except for watching a few things here and there.
Yeah.
It is meaningful to me to have kept that connection. We became very close friends with Josh and Steph of Resort TV1. Very close friends. We ended up, we didn't even know, we ended up moving just really close to them, and we became really close to them and their family. And we miss the cast member friends we made. We miss this community that would come and meet us at the parks. We miss the Resort TV One family, because they were so good to us and still are. We made family there
Mhm.
that really replaced the we lost a lot of family over the last several years for different reasons. And it was like God said, I have this new family for you.
Mhm.
And when you're living it, you don't realize it. But then when it happens, you're like, these people actually really care. And you know that not everybody can watch everything you do.
Yeah.
You know that not everybody can be the closest of relationships, like the best friends.
Mhm.
But there's a whole different world when you have so many things in common that you can just pick up a day and like we're talking
Yeah.
again, like we've gotten to know each other through social media. And it's like you haven't been gone, or
Yeah.
like you
It was
haven't,
it
and
was
I
so
love that.
amazing how
I
many,
miss
I
I
mean,
miss being there like that.
yeah, there were so many
Yeah.
that in the midst of our some of our hardest times, I think of people like Pete, like Doug and JD and Christina and all these
Yes.
people that were like, you can call us, we're right here. We're, even if we're far away, we're there for you. And that was just so
It
special
was
and
a
it meant so
miracle to
much.
us, and that
Yeah.
really is what Disney
It
is
connects
to
us all in
us.
that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I want to
Mhm.
say I miss the parks terribly, but I miss the people terribly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've mentioned this before on my streams that my love of Disney at this point in my life, I do love Disney just with Disney, but right now, I really enjoyed connecting with
Mhm.
folks in the through YouTube and social media and meeting in that way, but I really love when there's an opportunity to meet in person. And so right now my love of Disney is really um interwoven with getting to actually spend time with and meet, you know, the people that I know
Mhm.
on YouTube,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or I met through YouTube, and um, so I identify with I share that
Yeah.
sentiment. I mean, my as far as the loss of people and everyone who's followed me for known me for a while. My dad passed away um, in early 2022, and he he it was very short for him too, like about a month or a little more than a month. Um, and so everyone was really supportive during that season, and a lot of people, and I stepped away from my channel for a little bit. Everyone was supportive, and I came back, and everyone was great. Last year was thyroid cancer year, and so everyone was supportive in that. Um, so the community's great, and everyone walks along, comes alongside you and supports you. And you're right, there's so many channels. I'm subscribed to so many channels. I barely watch, a lot of them. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I have 24 hours like everyone. I watch, I'm doing my channel.
Mhm.
I have, things outside of YouTube. Sometimes I want to watch other stuff, not
Yeah.
just Disney stuff on. So, so I support channels in that I'm subscribed, and I pop in when I can, and it's just kind of what do they call it? Moral support,
Mhm.
emotional,
Well, I
but
think that's the beauty of it
Yeah.
is the beauty of this community is because we have these things that we have in common. We love with Disney, we love the
Mhm.
shows, we love the movies and the music and the food. It's very easy to keep a community large and still feel close.
Yeah.
And even if you don't see each other that often, you don't have
It's like
a
you never stopped. You just
exactly.
reconnect,
There's not a lack
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
anything because you support each other.
Yeah.
You get to know each other as
Mhm.
people, even in these short little bursts, and it's just beautiful. I think that's
Yeah.
the beauty of
Mhm. Yeah.
it.
yeah. So yeah, and that is, yeah. Um, trying to think what else. Um, oh, I had a thought I was gonna follow that with. I have two Disney spirit animals. One is Dory and the other is Doug from Up. So, um, but yes. So anyway, I totally went Dory mode on that.
I go Dory mode a lot. It's
That's
okay.
So let me,
because I can tell you that.
yeah. So Will did ask a couple of questions. Emmy, what is your favorite sipper you have?
So there's a backstory to that.
Oh, there is. Okay.
There is. He's right.
I was wondering.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if I can get it out of here without knocking everything over because he has a very special spot with the Walt Disney World section down here. But this is my alien Buzz Lightyear Halloween. This was Halloween time at Disney World. I loved this thing when I saw it at the parks, and I just kept talking about it on a stream when we were at Hollywood Studios. And
this was like one of the first movies we took her to see at the
I
theater.
grew up on Toy Story.
Yeah, I grew up.
I love, and I have a whole bunch of like Toy Story alien stuff. I have like a lounge fly and all kinds of stuff. So I loved this thing. I thought it was so cute, and I was just talking about it the whole time on the stream. And then I get a message from Will, and he's like, I got you that alien sipper. So it was so sweet.
I was gonna get it, and he's like,
go pick it up.
Heather didn't get it, and I was like, I was carrying everything, so I didn't get it, and he had gotten it for her.
Definitely
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
so sweet. Such a sweet gesture. That was another thing about missing the people is the people that supported us. One of our mods, you know, and became our friend, and we got to hang out with him and got to know him. And there was Robin, same with I Heart Disney, and the people who come along and just, you know, sometimes you support a lot of channels, but there are certain channels and certain people that you connect with them personality wise, you know.
Yeah.
You really like there's a rapport.
Yeah.
And we were just so grateful for those people to like step out and say, I really connect with you and want to help or want to just come along and chat or whatever, however that manifests.
I remember Will and Lyle were our first two mods that came into our live stream. The first live stream we ever did, we had like 5 people watching. We were so excited because we had 5 people who wanted to watch, and we were just talking to everybody. And we were like, we have no idea what we're doing with these live streams because we did vlogging, and we were just wanting to have fun at the parks. We're like, we'll give it a shot, you know, and Will and Lyle both volunteered. They're like, we are happy to help you. And
they were
modding.
Both of them were so amazing. It took a pressure off of us.
Yes.
And Lyle and Will were so kind to us and prayed for us, you know, prayed us through all of the grief, and we will be forever grateful to them. Forever grateful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry now, Dean.
Okay. So don't try not to cry too much because there's another question here. What is Heather's favorite popcorn bucket? And while you're answering that, I need to step out for just a second.
Okay.
Yes. You go ahead.
Can I get it out?
I don't know if we can. Well, I can try to get this one out too. I have quite a little display going on here.
So there's a story for this one too.
Yeah, there's actually a video on our Instagram and our YouTube shorts.
I think this short kind of it didn't go viral, but it went like a lot out there because
the
I was
popcorn bucket search.
The great popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
So I saw this popcorn bucket when they announced it, and I said, I have to have that. Like, I don't really collect much of anything.
No, you do some Christmas popcorn buckets because you love Christmas.
Yes.
That one,
but a popcorn bucket, something about them. I love to decorate with them. The one that has music. And I saw this and I was like, I have to have this because I like little things. Like, that just looks like a little adorable.
So
yeah.
cute.
And so I was behind this lady in the line to buy this popcorn bucket. I was behind this lady who happened to get the last one,
and I was in Disney Springs, I think, first, and we didn't
get it.
And it came to Magic Kingdom, and like that day, it was selling out.
Yeah, like that day.
Yeah.
And so I was crushed because I'm like, I don't even like this is not a big deal to me to be a collector, but I wanted this so bad. And the cast member saw it, and she goes, across the way run. I think they still have one left. Of course, she didn't mean literally run because you're not supposed to run,
Right.
but boy, did I really walk fast.
Disney jogging.
Right, Disney jogging. And so
Yeah.
I made it across the hub
Mhm.
to the other popcorn cart. Last one.
It was the display.
It was the
popcorn,
display,
they're
and I
like,
nearly
we'll give it to
bawled,
you.
and I'm like, please, will you? And I didn't even have to finish the sentence. She goes, it's yours.
Yeah, they filled it with popcorn and they gave us extra popcorn. They're like,
Yes.
here you go.
They just they gave us
It
and
was
so
so
I love it
This
because
is the
the memory goes with it.
The Donald Duck 90th. So that was
Yeah.
also cool.
Yes.
Because we got to talk to Donald a lot
And
for his
I-
90th birthday.
I
and it
grew
was
up with
so much
Donald,
fun.
right?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
We love meeting the characters. So a lot of this stuff reminds us of those special moments and the friends of those cast members that have been so amazing to us that we just love those moments. That's one thing.
But like I
really
said,
miss.
everything has a memory for me. Like
Yeah.
memory is the most important thing to me. And so
Mhm.
that has a great memory.
It
It was so fun. And I giggled and I cried and everything.
Mhm.
Cool. Let me say hello, Captain Mickey Mouse. Aloha. Welcome in. Will said in 130 days, hopefully I'll meet you. Absolutely. Hope I get to meet you too, Will. Just if you find me, I'm on Instagram. It's just at the in the Turkey Lakester. Probably the best way. Just let me know. When you're coming. I'll try to get into a park to meet up with you. Let me scroll up the chat, see if I'm missing anything. Let's see here. My headband is awesome. Yes, it is. Let's see.
Dean, I think that your mic went out. It's really low. We can't hardly hear you.
Oh. That happened. I put it up. Okay.
Perfect.
So again, hello to Captain Mickey Mouse, in case you can hear me do that. Sorry, I'm just checking chat. I need to highlight this again. We'll put in this really short hashtag. It's hashtag Dean wants more turkey leg merchandise and to have it in Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Hashtag Will, you are so correct. Absolutely, I agree with you.
Great.
Make that hashtag go viral.
Yeah, sorry. I left too. My eyes are just being weird on me again. Captain Mickey Mouse asked a question. Let me see what the question was. Emmy, what is your favorite lounge fly you like to wear?
Oh, that is a good question. It's actually right here. This is one that my dad got me.
Oh, cool.
Year for Christmas, and this is Grogu, so Baby Yoda, as we like to call him. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Have been for pretty much my whole life since I can remember. That's actually one of the first things that when I started playing video games with my dad when I was really young. That's one thing we loved to do together. And one of like my favorite games that I can remember when I was a kid was Lego Star Wars. And so that like really got me into Star Wars. And I started watching all the movies and he would get me like these bobbleheads and all this fun. He'd give me like Star Wars books and everything. And so we watched The Mandalorian together. Yeah, that's Chewbacca. We watched The Mandalorian together when it came out, and that was the show that we really like to watch as a family. And so this one,
and you both loved Baby Yoda.
We do both. Yeah, we all three love Baby Yoda, and that was what one of the special gifts that he got me. So very special to me.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another question: does Heather have a favorite lounge fly?
That's a really good question because I like a lot of them, but
You got the ones down there too.
Yeah, one of my first ones I love because Emmy was into them and she helped me pick them out and she would get them for me and stuff.
Do you want to get it?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
So I also love Winnie the Pooh. It's so sweet and so kind and so caring. Winnie the Pooh, just in general, with the characters and how they treat each other. And so this was one of my first. This is an old Loungefly. Gosh, I don't even know.
This is kind of when Loungefly started becoming a thing.
Yeah.
This one we found at Box Lunch, the
Yeah.
store that.
And I loved
Is it
this because it
mold?
had that Winnie the Pooh classic look. You know, it's
It's got, like,
super
the gingham.
soft. It's got the gingham
It's
around
got
it. I love
a
it.
design on the inside that's like
Mhm.
Winnie the Pooh with his red balloon.
The red balloon.
Yeah.
And so again, memories, nostalgia, just the whole feeling of I'm a very sensitive person, so I'm sensitive to all these things and anything like that with a memory, it makes me feel good. And so I love that. I also love, I don't know if you guys can see it. We can't get it down. It's, you probably can if I tilt it a little bit. Do you see that? Do you see the
Let me put you guys big.
can
The
you
Groot.
the Groot?
The baby Groot.
I am Groot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I also, that's not my Loungefly, that's Emmy's, but I love it
Mhm.
because I helped my husband while he was very sick.
That's another
He
very special
he
one
wanted
me.
to get her some things to, you know, help remember him, and so for her birthday that year, um, he wanted to get something, so we went online and looked for it, and he just loved it because he loved Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy movies,
Yeah.
loved them, loved so much about them, so many details about them, and he just loved Groot. He just thought Groot was a great character, and so
We love that too.
I love that one.
That's a special one too. They're both really special to me.
Yeah.
Cool. So I did want to ask, just curious, while you were in Central Florida, did you venture in as far as theme parks? Did you venture outside of Walt Disney World? Where did you go? Are there any
We did, yes.
favorite spots that you came to love
What's
outside
what's
of Disney?
the right now my brain is kind of foggy, but we have a video, a vlog that got a thousands and thousands of views. And it was one of our outside of Disney ventures. We vlogged, and it
Are you
was
talking about Zoda?
yeah,
Yeah.
Zoda Resort, ZOTA,
In
Zoda
Longboat
Resort,
Key.
Longboat Key,
Yeah.
with the just really
Mhm.
really private beach in
Oh,
comparison to most of them.
Mhm.
Very few people. They had redid this whole resort. It's very small and more of an intimate like type thing with the, you know, the shape of it is kind of like a horseshoe, and then that restaurant views out over the ocean, and it's very reasonable in price comparatively speaking to a lot of this stuff. And they treat you like family there. Like they just
Yeah,
talk
it
to
was
you
so
and you get
nice.
to know the people while you're staying, and
That was great.
that was great.
Yeah.
We loved doing
Yeah.
that, and doing that vlog was really fun. And
One of my other favorites, we went to several places. Actually, we went to Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure. Really enjoyed like the Marvel Land there. That was really cool. Some of that old nostalgic type stuff that they do there. We went to SeaWorld several times. One of my favorite places is part of SeaWorld, and that's Discovery Cove. And that is something Mom gifted me as a birthday gift because I'd always wanted to swim with dolphins, and they had that experience there. And
that was
so
incredible.
that was one of my favorite things. I got to have basically like I think it was like 30 minutes just one-on-one with this dolphin. And they also had like a stingray and tropical fish cove that you could snorkel. And so that was my first experience like snorkeling, and it was so
And they
much
teach
fun.
you and they give you
Yeah.
the, you know, it's
I
all
spent
included
hours there.
yeah, it's all
Hours
included
there,
in the
yeah.
cost. And so like they get
Yes.
this, you get to have the snorkel, and
Which we
you
got
get
to
keep
vlog
it,
that
actually.
too, so that was really cool because I got to take
that
my
was great.
my underwater camera and go under the water and show all the fish and everything. So that was really special.
Yeah.
And I love stingrays. They're one of my favorite animals.
Yeah. I wish
They're
we had
like
made it to the Keys. I think that's the only place that
Yeah, we
we didn't get to do
go,
everything, but
yeah.
that was one of the things on the list that I wanted to go to. But it is really hard for us to travel
Yeah.
with our health conditions, and so we kind of had to space it out, you know, and that we just never made it to the Keys.
Yeah.
Plus, there were a lot of hurricanes that year and a half we lived there.
There was. That was the big hurricane year.
Oh, see, yeah, you got to know Florida hurricanes.
Yeah, we did. We
I-
did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eye of that last one,
Milton.
Milton. literally that bad part of the eye, the bad side, literally came over our subdivision.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
We
It
had
went
to
through
leave.
all of
Yeah,
Florida. Yeah.
yeah,
It
it
was
was
not
scary.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Florida since I was 3 years old. I'm a lot of years, and I still get nervous with, hurricanes.
Mhm.
And one of those two hurricanes, probably Milton. It was probably Milton. I remember, I think it was passing over like in the early morning hours, if I remember right. I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
I remember being able to go to sleep like the evening before it actually, came. I woke up around maybe 4 o'clock that morning and
Hmm.
it was like windy, and I said, it's just blowing really hard. It'll be fine. Try to go to sleep, Dean. I didn't, So I mean, I've been through hurricanes. I know, it just it's there's there's two parts of it for me. There's the anxiety part side of it. Okay, what's going to happen? Is it going to stay really strong? Is it going to come right here? You know, is it going to weak or so there's the anxiety part. Then there's like the excitement, really, really, really crazy uh side of me that actually wants it to get crazy and everything. So both sides, it's like Jekyll and Hyde kind of a thing.
That's it, like inner
But
storm chaser. Like I've always had that too. Like, let's go
yeah,
see what this looks like.
I want the excitement, but it's like I want to be safe.
Right.
We've been
So
in several tornado outbreaks, and I was in
Tornadoes
a
are
tornado when I was
Yeah.
very young, and so
tornadoes are common here in the Midwest. I mean, we had one on Easter that there was actually several
just a
around
couple
us.
touched down a few miles from
Yeah,
us.
and we've had so many like through St. Louis and all these
Well, and
areas.
hurricanes spawn off tornadoes.
Yeah,
There's a whole
oh
dynamic
yeah,
people don't think about until
Yeah.
you're in you're living
it's
it.
been a rough storm season already, but
Mhm.
so you definitely you got to experience our summer, the heat and the
Yes.
humidity.
Mhm.
That is not to be
No.
forgotten or missed or anything. That is something else.
Mhm.
Realize it when you're vacationing. Like
No.
I always thought, so heat helps us with our diseases to feel better. And when you're on vacation, you kind of deal with the humidity. You kind of deal with it, like it comes and goes. And when you live there, it is a
It's very
whole
different.
other
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah, I have a really good friend for years that was born and raised in Florida, and she lived in the Midwest for a while. That's where we met, but she lives in Florida again now. And I said, "What is it like when we moved there, and like with the sun and everything? Because we've experienced, Disney in July and everything, but it's you're out in the pavement and everything of Disney World. You can't really tell." And she said, "You know that level of Super Mario where the sun is trying to kill you." I was like, point taken.
She was right.
Yeah.
She was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure who I've told this, probably Tina McNeil. I think I've talked about this, is that the Walt Disney World, when you're doing Walt Disney World, that version of Florida is a little more intense than like normal Florida life. Like a normal day, I'm in the house. If I need to go out, going in my car, so I'm in the air conditioning. So normal life, you're not in the heat for the hours that you are when you're in the Disney parks. And so that's why, to me, for me, that's what makes it really, that's why it's hard, is because you're out in the heat for so long. You're on the pavement. And Disney, another thing Disney is really bad with is shade and
Yes. Oh,
seating
yes.
Yes.
and air conditioning areas. Um, but but yeah, I get, the heat is
It's oppressive. I
It
hadn't
is, yeah.
I did I so we thought it would make our health better, and
Mhm.
and actually it was worse there in many ways.
Yeah.
It's different, but what I was most surprised about is I didn't think it didn't even dawn on me that the humidity level would stay at such a level with the dew point in the winter, that when you have 35-degree days in Orlando, which who knew,
Right.
but you do,
Yeah.
that the humidity is so high, it feels like, little ice crystals hitting your skin. Like
I
you don't
understand now
really
why you wear
conceptualize that.
a coat in 50-degree weather in Florida.
It's
like,
very
we're
different.
not used to that here in the Midwest.
No.
We're used to, oh, it's below 30 degrees, we'll put a coat on. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me. Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Welcome in. Great to have you in. Where's that question? There was one question that I thought was interesting. Will asked if Heather and Emmy had the money, would you two have stayed at Star Cruiser?
Ooh, boy,
Yes.
did we talk about this a lot.
Yes.
You didn't even hesitate.
No, I would have.
Yes.
I would have wanted to experience it.
Yeah.
I think it's not. I understand why it didn't last. I think it was very, very expensive for what it was.
Yeah.
But
And I had other things I had to spend that
Yes.
money on, because I think it was
but
like
if you're just, it's
how
like,
many
it was like
thousand?
6,000
For 2 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
really
expensive.
expensive. So like, if you're just talking budget wise, no, because I think it was too expensive. But if you're just setting the money aside, basically, I would have liked to experience it. I think
I
it
would have
been really
loved.
cool.
I would have loved.
We actually knew somebody in Florida that worked on it, and like I got to see some of his performances online and everything, and it looked really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
I think that they needed to be more IP. They
Mhm.
needed it to be more a little bit less money.
Not so much
And-
new storyline.
Right.
Yeah.
And the actual storyline for the movies, and I
Yeah.
think it would have
I think it would have
been sold out all the time.
Yeah.
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 It makes me sad that it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about that. Like, well, it would have, I would have loved to do it. I'm not sure I would have actually done it, but I thought it was a really neat idea. I always thought they should have done like a day experience, something like, they have like the Keys to the Kingdom tour,
Yes.
where they have like you go in the morning, kind of like a tour of the ship. Maybe you have a meal, or maybe like a few hours long kind of a thing where you go on,
I don't know why they didn't do that, even after they
instead
realized,
of be like a resort thing.
or instead of just closing it down.
Yeah. I get
They could have switched it
the
over.
kind of cruise ship vibe, because their cruises are very popular, but you're also on a cruise. So I think you were missing the element that made that kind of special for the cruise part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
I wanted more. I wanted more Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge.
I agree. Yeah. Mhm.
Welcome in, Stitch Hawaiian. Welcome in. I have not seen you in my chat, so welcome in. 775 subs. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. Will says, I love the Florida heat. Better in Florida than living in Massachusetts. See, I really have nothing else to go on, because I've done limited traveling, and I've lived down here since I was 3.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's move into. I've got this question from My Heart Disney. Let me see. What else? Okay. Okay, so I don't know. You may have talked about your channel in some of the answers, but let me just ask specifically, maybe like how and why you started your channel, and then we can maybe go into this question too. What are your future plans for your channel? And I do know about something new that you're doing with YouTube, so we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Do you want to start with kind of how we started, and I'll take the future?
Yeah, absolutely. so years ago, I don't know how many years ago you tried.
I started in probably 2018. That's when my first videos are. When I go back and look at
Yeah.
like when I kind of
So on our
tried
on our
vlogging.
vacations down there, we would take. Oh, hey, Jen.
Yeah.
I was friends of model.
Hi, Jen, Monorail Molly, welcome.
Jen. So Emmy back in 2018 on many of our vacations, she's like, I watch these YouTubers. We had been watching.
I started with Tim Tracker and Adam
and-
the Woo
and yes,
and World of Micah
and Josh and Jenna
Mhm,
at Resort TV One, and those channels, those people helped us in so many ways with things that were going on in our life and really heavy things. And so on one of our vacations down there, like 2018, I think, we were like, this is pretty cool. And Emmy was like, yeah, I really want to try a YouTube channel and have a website. So she did. We did a little bit of YouTube back then. We were called Mouse Pals. We weren't the AdventureLeighs at all. And
we actually went through 2 names.
we did.
yeah.
But
Mouse Pals is kind of where
and
we
then
started.
she had a website, and she would put like reviews of the resorts we stayed at and just tips.
I would
and stuff
write out
like
like
that.
entire guides.
Yeah. And my background was marketing and website building mainly. And so that was really cool. But it was very difficult to do that level of commitment living so far away.
Right.
And so that we kind of had to put that to the side. And then other things happened in life. And so when my husband got sick with the cancer he didn't even know he had, which was we found out in end of June 2023. It moved very quickly throughout his body. Every 2 weeks, it would move to another part of his body. And we quickly knew, and he knew, that God was calling him home. And it was such a miracle because he prayed for healing. Because I said, honey, what do you want us to pray for? I mean, this is moving so quickly. They couldn't even tell him past 2 weeks. They said, we don't even know that you have 2 more weeks. And so I said, what do you want us to pray for specifically? And he said, well, I'm praying that God heals me here. But if that's not his plan, that he takes me with no pain. And he was ready to go. He was ready to be with Jesus. And with his type of cancer, the doctors were shocked. He had literally no pain up until the very last day here on earth. He had no pain. And we were so, so grateful. We were grateful to have that time to have closure with him, and he knew that God would take care of us. And in those conversations, he knew that we just could not stay in the home that he had built us. I don't think that I mentally could have taken it without him there. So we decided, for our health reasons, because of the diseases that we have, we wanted to give Florida a try. And so we moved to Florida, and I told Emmy, I said, why don't you try that channel again? That YouTube channel. It will give us a place to put our memories, because this is very important to us now. We see life very differently now, and we want to preserve those memories, and we want to have fun. And she's a wealth of park information. She knows so much about Disney, Walt Disney, and the
I know
parks.
it's changed a lot.
And it gives amazing tips and knows all kinds of things. And so we did. And so that's how the AdventureLeighs were born.
Yeah.
The whole channel was born out of that. And it helped us get through that grief process in a way that was very appropriate for us. And the channel, we had amazing supporters. Adam, we became friends with Adam, and he had us on his channel. That's the day we met him, which was amazing. Adam the Woo. We'd watched him for years with my husband. And so he was an amazing supporter for us and helped. And Josh of Resort TV One helped us. And we just, the channel started growing really fast. And it was wonderful to be able to sort of have that creative outlet that we both needed. And
it was such a blessing in that time. And when we decided that it would be best for us to move back home to Missouri, we weren't sure what to do. We just knew God was calling us back here for some reason. And we said, what do we do with our channel? We're not sure. We've built this whole thing around Disney. What are we going to do? And we talked to a lot of our friends, Josh and Jenna and Steph, Josh's wife, and Pete McDevitt and everybody. We told them kind of ahead of time, this is what's happening. We don't really know what's going to happen.
They were all
forward.
so supportive,
and they're like, it's okay. You can still do it from a distance.
Yeah, Pete looked me right in the eyes.
Yeah.
We were sitting at Hollywood Studios, and Pete looked at me right in the eyes, and he said, "Heather, your family's still here, and you don't give up on that." And I'm like, that's what I needed to know, because that our family had completely changed.
Yes. So and same thing too when we went to Give Kids the World, where we met you in person. That was kind of when we started telling everybody at that time a little bit, it was still behind the scenes a little bit. But, we had such great support from Kelly and Ivone, Myers and the Mouse, which they were a huge help for us and supporters throughout too.
They were great.
Jen, Monroe, and Molly, she's like, you're going to keep doing the channel, right? And we're like, we want to, so we kind of just that and went forward and thought, what do we do, from here? What do we want to focus on? And so we decided to focus on more of life, and because that's one of the things we connected so much with people over. We were told throughout all of our videos, we really love that you talk about your faith. We really love that you talk about life and you're not afraid to talk about the hard things, but also looking for that joy and encouragement and loving others. And so
we still get messages to this day and comments from people we didn't even know watched our channel for the last year and a half, just thanking us for being open about it and connecting with people on that level.
So that's what we've kind of been doing, is just focusing on some of that. We actually we recorded our moving process, and there's still one more I have to get on for that now that I'm like 4 months in, but but it's coming still. And so we did some of that, and we decided to start showing some of the things around the rest of like the Midwest, because sometimes people don't realize there's a lot here in the Midwest. Things related to Disney, things that aren't related to Disney that are really cool.
Well, we got our tickets today. Well, you can tell them about your new venture here, but
yes,
we got our tickets today to the Hallmark Christmas experience, which is a whole, they come to Kansas City and they build it out like, a Hallmark Christmas would be. And the actors from the movies come and they do all kinds of fun improv things.
We're so looking forward to that.
We are so excited about it. And Steph is going with us, Josh's wife.
Yeah.
And so we're all going to be vlogging that and showing that. And we might even do a live stream, because if they let us, which would be
we have to see what. But
really
I do
cool.
know they let you vlog. At least they did last year. So I'm definitely going to do that. We're showing some things around here that a lot of people have interest in, like St. Louis Zoo. We just went and did Animals Aglow event there.
The nighttime
and 2
event was
days
beautiful.
At the zoo, amazing. It's rated one of the best zoos in the country.
And I encouraged Emmy to start her new channel, which I know, Dean, you mentioned a while ago, because she knows so much about Disney that a lot of people don't talk about, and the helpful tips for people visiting, whether they go a lot or a little. So that's kind of another thing we're doing. Well, she's doing.
Travel and Theme Park Guide is our new channel, our second channel. So we're going to still continue with the AdventureLeighs and the vlogging side, whether it's the personal or visiting, special tourist spots or whatever around the Midwest and hopefully elsewhere when we do get to travel. But Travel and Theme Park Guide is going to be the home for the actual like guides and tips and POVs and things of that nature, resort reviews, even just like relaxing walkthroughs of places, just so people can kind of get the feel of what something is if they've never been, or if they miss it and they just want to kind of return there virtually, like that's kind of my idea behind
some of it without talking, so they can experience it for themselves.
And other things I'm gonna
cool,
voiceovers to like help people. Like one of the things I have planned coming up is like a guide to Mickey's Not So Scary Party, and then a guide to the Christmas party, like the things that we know from having been there and gone a lot, even in the short time we were there and the years before, to kind of help people who are new to this and they're like, I don't know what,
because it's a lot of money to spend on this stuff that if you don't know what you're going to,
so kind of giving that
experience
that vacationer and local perspective put together, since we've been both.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what was the name of the new channel again? Say that
It
again.
is Travel and Theme Park Guide.
Travel and Park Guide. So if you guys want to follow the new channel, that YouTube channel is linked below. If you're not connected with to AdventureLeighs elsewhere, I did find your website, and so that's in the description also. You can connect with the
Thank
Adventure Leads,
you.
and I'm so impressed that you guys have, oh, something. We have an electrical thing behind us, and I think something just blew.
Oh
No.
no,
Oh,
you're still online though.
yes.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Don't worry, guys. It was a very, I'm not sure what happened.
Yes.
Um, anyway, so their website is in the description. Go check it out. Yeah, I was really impressed that you guys have a web page. I've thought about doing that, and I kind of didn't. So that was really awesome. I did take a look at that, and so that was a really, I'm really impressed with the website.
Oh,
So
We do.
really,
I
so
used
nice.
to was what I used to do is build websites for clients for
Yeah.
several years,
And I used
way
to be a
back when
graphic
I
designer.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Emmy built
Yeah.
built some of them with me, and she did
Mhm.
some of the graphic design, and we did video editing back then, and
Yeah.
so all of that kind of helped us do all of this.
Mhm.
We have to do it as our health allows,
Yeah.
so
mm,
it isn't as elaborate maybe as some other places, but that's okay because it works for us.
Well, and technology's gotten a lot more user friendly.
Yeah.
So that helps.
It doesn't need to be elaborate.
It does not.
yeah.
You know,
Well, it
but
looked
we
great.
have
It looked great.
breaks in the park because of our health. We just take the breaks we need,
Yeah.
and we know that.
That's why sometimes the videos take a while to come out.
Yeah.
You know, but we
Yeah.
we get them out eventually, and we enjoy them, and we appreciate everybody else that watches along with us.
Oh yeah, we do so much.
Mhm.
So yeah. So Venture Leads, the website. I know the website. You can get. If you guys don't know them, you can go to their YouTube page. I think their Instagram.
Mhm.
Connect with the ladies on there, and the new YouTube channel. Also, I think the last time I looked at it, maybe yesterday or today, you guys there were 15 subscribers. So if you guys want to go over there and help that number get up a little bit, and
Thank you.
there's already videos on there,
Mhm.
and so that's really awesome. Well, I'm not. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to ask. I'm not sure, but I think that's gonna be the stream tonight. So,
Thank you so.
Cheryl A, welcome in.
Thank you so much for inviting us in and staying our friend and staying connected. We really appreciate that. You do a great job and you bring such joy to the community. You always have. I've said that from very beginning, and I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I mentioned, I think I mentioned it to you before we went live, but I knew I wanted to reach out to you two to have you on while I did this Summer of Friends series to get to know you more and chat with you and spend more time. Um, and so, yeah, thank you for coming on. It was a great time. Um, so everyone, the Eventuallys, there was a backlog that was mentioned, so I know there's content coming to the channel, so go
Yeah.
follow them and check out all the content that's there and that's going to come. As far as this channel, guys, A Summer of Friends will continue next week. With this will be the 24th. I'm going to have T Marie's Place will be my guest in my chat next Tuesday. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, and then because it is also I'm doing halfway to Christmas, there will be a Saturday edition of Let's Talk Turkey. Um, Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 21st, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you need a little Christmas right this very minute, come and chat, and we'll do that on Saturday. And then if you want Christmas stories, my Once Upon a Turkey Leg on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern will be Christmas. So we're doing a little Christmas this is very weak. Yeah. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm doing some halfway to Christmas posts for a little through the 25th. So, lastly, really quickly, guys, I am looking to go to Disney. Uh, it might be tomorrow, it might not be, depending on how my eyes are doing. So watch the channel. I'm planning to do a couple of streams down from Disney. If I can't go tomorrow, I'll try Thursday. If not, I'll try Friday. If not, I'll try next week. We'll see what happens. But so Heather and Emmy, thanks again for coming on. And you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the new subscribers. And again, if you're on the replay, leave me a comment down below. Let me know that you were watching. Otherwise, I don't know you were here. And so with that, you all take care and have a gobble-tastic day.